Hey guys, welcome to today's episode, and I'm super excited. We have Joe Hoye, and he is a life-changing midlife makeover. So that's what we're going to do. We are really, really excited. He is an expert in weight loss, and today we are talking about the 4 reasons of why you may not be losing weight. These are all the 4 reasons. So if you're looking for losing that extra weight that you haven't been able to do, today is the episode for you. So, Joe, welcome.
I love that. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, let's dive right in. Let's talk right about what is the top. We'll start with the fourth reason. What's the fourth biggest reason why people do not lose weight? They're thinking I'm doing it all right and I'm not losing weight.
Yeah, so we'll save what I think might be some of the top two for last, and I guess we'll start with this one. So I wouldn't say frequently, but a good bit that the women we work with, so 40 plus, they're actually doing too much exercise. And I know that's a really backwards thing to think about, but if we really think about the role that exercise plays in achieving any goal, we understand that exercise is actually a stress to the body. And it's a positive stress, right? It's a stress that our body can adapt to. But if we do too much exercise and we don't get enough recovery, then we're really just tearing our body down without giving it the ability to build back stronger. And so if all we ever do is tear it down, that's going to put too much stress on our body. And when our body has too much stress, it's going to fight back. And when it fights back, we're not going to have the ability to lose weight anymore. Number three, gosh, kind of along those same lines. So we often see that, and this is going to be so backwards for a lot of women listening, but just like doing too much exercise, we see women eating too little for too long. And I know that that one's confusing too, because oftentimes we hear you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight, which is absolutely true. I would never deny that. But if you eat in a calorie deficit that's too big for too long, your body becomes used to it. It adapts to it. And it's what we call becoming metabolically adapted. And so then you basically reset where your maintenance number of calories is. And so in order to lose weight from there, you then have to eat even less food, which is a really unhealthy, scary cycle that no one wants to follow. And so that's kind of why we created our diet detox method to get people out of that and give them the ability to have food freedoms again and lose weight at the same time. Next one, I would say, is going to be people really just not understanding how many calories certain foods have, right? And so, an example of this, I'll pick a really healthy example, right? Let's say somebody makes guacamole. So, obviously, we're going to take an avocado. Most of us would know, and if you don't, it's okay, but we know that an avocado is full of dietary fats. And dietary fats have over twice as many calories as anything that has carbs or protein, which means that it's going to add up twice as fast as any carb or protein you eat. And so if you're just thinking, hey, I'm going to have chips and guacamole or cucumbers and guacamole or peppers and guacamole, thinking it's healthy, you're absolutely right. You're eating healthy foods, but at the same time, you're eating a lot of calories in healthy foods. And at the end of the day, calories are really the thing that decide whether we lose weight or not. So I never want to tell a large population to eat one certain food. What I would want to do though is tell them to prioritize their protein, right? So just find foods that are really high in protein, meats, seafoods, some dairies, and prioritize those because that's going to make you get full quicker and feel full longer. And so then once you eat those proteins on your plate, then you can go to the guacamole or whatever has the oil dribbled over it or the peanut butter or whatever it is, but at least you're going to feel full faster, which means you're going to eat less of those calorie dense foods and ultimately stay within your calorie goals to lose weight.
Yeah, I would say another one is smoothies. So I was at a restaurant and this particular restaurant had like a healthy section and they actually had every food that they had the calories in it. And there were 2 smoothies that they had that looked really, really good. Both smoothies had, both of them were, one was 1,200 calories and one was 1,100 calories for a smoothie. And so I don't think that that's another place that I feel like people can get out of control with in their mind. They're like, oh, I'm having this really healthy smoothie. And this one had like kale and all kinds
Hmm.
of stuff, but it must have had, a lot of, it had like coconut cream, it had almond butters, it had all kinds of, avocado. By the time they put all these different things together, it was one was 1100 calories, one was 1200 calories, and you can suck it down in 2 minutes. And in your mind, you don't feel like you've eaten 1200 calories.
I was just going to say that last part too. It's so dangerous because you can crush a smoothie in what, under 5 minutes. And so your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, they don't even have time to kick in. Like they don't even know what happened, and you've just demolished 1200 calories. And now you might still be hungry until those hormones kick in, and then you still eat more food. So that's a great example. Yeah.
Yeah. If I had to rank these, and I'll add one more. So I would say the number one thing for me, if I had to say, would is that you're eating too many calories and you're not in a calorie deficiency and you are doing things like we talked about. You're eating too many healthy fats that are in avocado, the nut butters, the coconut and olive oil, and you're eating so many of them and you're consuming way too much fat and you're consuming way too much calories, especially like maybe you're having a salad and you're, loading it down with tons of salad dressing.
Hmm.
That's another one that would be a big one. So one of the things I hear people say is like, when I was younger, I'm doing the exact same things as when I was younger. And they
Hmm.
kind of say like, once I hit like 40, that's when everything became so much harder. It's kind of like things were easy, I kind of ate what I wanted to. But once I kind of hit 40, that's when things got harder. Do you see people saying that same thing to you?
Absolutely. Let me clarify real quick before I dive in. Is this men and women? Is this mostly
I
women?
would say both. I would say
Okay.
both men and women say the same thing. It's like they kind of are like, they could eat a lot more, of what they wanted. And then all of a sudden, once they hit 40, things got more difficult.
So in one way it's a similar reason, and in another way it's not. So the way it's similar is that I think there's a lot of muscle loss that happens between, let's say, 30 and 40. For men, they either get out of construction or hard labor type jobs and they get desk jobs. So they're working out less, exercising less. They lose their muscle. By losing muscle, their metabolic rate drops, but they're used to eating a certain amount. They don't change how much they were eating. They simply change the amount of calories they can burn.